What's up guys, Sketchy here coming at you with the 20th episode of Sketchy Unscripted and the 6th episode of the Road to the Siege miniseries. So the initial preview of Siege of the Crystal Empire Part 3 was released last week and y'all know the drill by now. Giving my thoughts on it. So, Celestia and Luna are turned to stone and the main six and Spike are currently imprisoned. Despite the last page of part 2, Hope doesn't seem to have a problem with the fact that Sombra froze the princesses. However, she does seem to want Sombra to focus on the end goal and not on getting revenge. I don't know if it's because she doesn't want them to get hurt or because she didn't want Sombra to overexert himself and use up all his magic, because she did mention that. What's got me even more interested though is Chrysalis, and thank God, I can finally breathe like half a sigh of relief because we can finally see Chrysalis actually justifying why she's here, at least from a storytelling perspective. Apparently, she and Sombra have reached some sort of conflict of interest because when Radiant Hope approached Chrysalis, she didn't tell Chrissy what the end goal was. All she said was that the Changelings would be allowed to roam free through Equestria. However, now that she knows that the Umbrum are going to be free, now that she knows that this is the end goal, that interferes with what she wants out of this and why she got involved in the first place. So it makes me wonder, did Radiant Hope not tell Chrysalis that on purpose because she knew that she wouldn't go along with the plan if she knew that? And another thing I'm wondering is what Chrysalis is going to do because of this conflict of interest. There are two possibilities floating around in my head right now. The first of which is that Chrysalis takes her army and decides to just bum rush Sombra because he obviously can't exert too much magic or else he's going to fall apart. And Chrysalis has numbers on her side, so that is one direction that this can go. Another possibility, and this is probably the more likely possibility, is that Chrysalis decides that because this plan is no longer benefiting her, the best thing she can do in order to stop it is to free the heroes and turn on Sombra. And to be honest, this might be the more interesting route because this will be the first time where Chrysalis actually has to team up with the heroes, but it's not in a redemption kind of way. It's the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of way. So depending on how this turns out, this might end up being the most interesting part of the Siege of the Crystal Empire arc. One thing though, did they forget about Cadence? I mean, this is only the first 3 pages, so maybe the next part of their plan is going to get Cadence and imprisoning her next. Hopefully they didn't just outright forget about her because Chrysalis knows who she is, Sombra knows who she is, and Cadence was the one that called Celestia and Luna in the first place, so it'd be kinda dumb for them to forget about her. But we have no confirmation whether they forgot about her or not, so I can't really fault the comic for that. Yet. So that pretty much does it for the initial preview of Siege of the Crystal Empire Part 3. The comic comes out next Wednesday, and I'm probably just gonna skip the extended preview impressions from here on out because looking back on it, a lot of my thoughts on the extended preview for Part 1 were a bit redundant, and the actual comic came out in that same week, so there really wasn't a point to it. So be on the lookout next week for my first impressions on Siege of the Crystal Empire Part 3. Let me know your thoughts on this 3-page preview in the comments below, and until next time, keep it sketchy, folks.